Hi, this is Angie, aka Deer Park Bradley, and I have Hazel, who's running against our current mayor for the city of Deer Park. And she's going to do us the honor of answering a few questions. Hi, Hazel.
Hi, Angie. Thank you so much. I am honored to be here.
Well, we're honored to have you. So tell us about you.
All right, a little bit about Hazel. I am a Christian. I'm a wife, a mother, a musician, a construction business person, and I'm a United States Air Force veteran.
Wow.
Yeah, that's some of the things I've done. I've learned a lot of things over the years. In the last 5 years, I've been doing home renovation remodels in the Deer Park area. I've renovated 4 marginal houses in 5 years. So I put my hammers and my money where my mouth is. I absolutely love Deer Park.
So you're a musician too, huh?
I am a musician. I play open mics in the area. I'm at Masters every other weekend, not on the first and the third, or every other Wednesday, sorry. Not on the first and the third Wednesdays because those are the council meetings, but every other Wednesday I am at Masters playing at open mics, and then I'm at Tricks on Thursdays playing at the open mic.
So if somebody wanted, could they come over to Masters and enjoy your music and maybe ask you questions too while they're there?
I would be happy to answer any questions. As a matter of fact, I'm honored to talk to anybody at any time.
Oh, that sounds great. So, the same thing I asked him because normally it really shouldn't matter, but unfortunately we're in 2021. How do you feel about the V word and the mask?
Okay. Well, about the V word, I've had this horrible disease. I actually was in the hospital for several days. My entire family has had it. We do have the natural immunity from having gone through it, and we were also it suggested that we should not receive that V word.
Well, how do you feel about it in general?
How do I feel about it in general? That's a very good question. I think that has to be a personal question, and it has to be answered on a personal basis.
If you were mayor, do you ever foresee yourself making a mask mandate of any sort?
I don't believe that is something that the city government should be mandating. That is something that is generally taken care of at a different level.
A lot of people think that the mayor has more power than the mayor actually has.
I don't see an awful lot of politics at this level. I see the job more practical than political. I believe that a mayor's job is more encouraging, facilitating, administrating, and making sure that things run well. And if the council decides on something, then it's my job to facilitate that to happen. That's one of the reasons why I don't really feel like I'm a politician. And that was where that joke came in about I have absolutely no political experience, because I do believe that at this level it's more a practical job than it is a political one.
Well, let's clear up the other little joke that or rumor that's going around. Let's go ahead and completely clear it up.
In the voter pamphlet, there's the first category is previous political experience. And yes, I put absolutely none. I may be overqualified. That was meant first and foremost as a way to get people to smile. But there was a few other things underneath that. One of it, which is, again, I don't believe at this level that the position is all that political. It's practical. It's managing the business of the city. The second thing is that I was thinking behind that of having absolutely no political experience. Well, I don't have a lot. I could have mentioned going to council meetings. I could have mentioned, serving in different offices and different little clubs that I've been in over the years. But it seems that there is an awful lot of politicians at some of the higher levels in our government who don't seem to really care for the communities and the people that they represent. It seems like they're more about the power and the prestige and what they can get for themselves. I have no interest in any of that.
Unfortunately, I think you're correct, but to clarify, when you say I have absolutely no political experience, it's the truth. But when you go on to say, I'm overqualified, it's a joke. Well, there's always funny in the truth. And what you're basically saying is that no, you don't have any experience, but you have an extra light.
I did want to separate myself from some of those career politicians that, even though they've been in politics for 30 years, I don't think they're qualified to manage themselves out of a paper bag.
Oh, okay.
But there's been a few of them that you kind of look at them and you scratch your head and you go,
Oh my. Okay. Let's
political experience, go them. Okay.
All right, let's move on to some of Deer Park's issues.
On to Deer Park issues.
Deer Park issues. Let's see, the first one. The police.
Law enforcement. That is a huge issue in this election. Here's how I feel about it. What I'm running on is what I call citizen security. I am not 100% against a police department, not at all. However, I would love to see the studies. I want to see all of the figures, everything down to the least little thing that we can foresee, because there's always unforeseen costs. As well as I'd love to talk to different communities. I want to talk to Chewelah that has a police department and Davenport that doesn't. I want to talk to Prosser that has their own police department and Spokane Valley that doesn't. Why did you do what you did? How did you get it done? What did you like about the process? What did you hate about the process? What would you have done differently? Because we're not reinventing something here, everyone. People have done this before. Let's talk to them and find out how it works and how best we can move forward. Everybody knows that we contract currently with the Spokane County Sheriffs for our policing, and everybody knows too that we really haven't had a lot of traffic control in the last few years. I had an idea for an interim solution for some of this. Well, if we're contracting with the sheriffs, can we contract with Washington State Troopers, Washington State Patrol, to provide some traffic services for our city? Because I don't know about your street, but right down here past Swingyard Park, there are people doing 50 and a 15 and blowing their stop signs. We really could use some traffic control. I think that would help in a lot of different ways. And the answer is, by the way, yes. Yes, we can. I've called Washington State Patrols, and it is a possibility to contract with them to provide traffic control for our cities. The Sheriff's Department flat out told us 6 weeks ago, we're not getting another sheriff. There was a council meeting. He stood up and he said, even if we were at full capacity with our people, we're not getting you another sheriff.
Why? Do tell.
Well, because we have a real safe community. They want to put their sheriffs where it makes more sense, where they have people who are actually literally dying.
How would you rank this as a priority?
Oh, citizen security is actually, that's why I call it citizen security. It's up there.
So what is your top priority if you were mayor?
My top priority if I was mayor, it's kind of a double priority. What I've been mostly running on is what I call economic renovation, because I've done house renovations for the last 5 years. It's easier for me to talk in those kind of terms. And what that means is everybody knows how much we're growing. I'm not sure if everybody realizes how much we've shrunk. And I love to put it that way because it usually causes people to look at me like, what?
I got it.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Over the years, we have lost so many of the commercial, economic, and recreational entities that and enterprises that we had over the years. And for instance, we used to have a hospital. We used to have 2 grocery stores. We used to have hotels. We used to have a bowling alley. We used to have a movie theater. We used to have a drive-in theater. And I could go on for 15 minutes for the stuff we used to have. Just the other day on Facebook, I saw somebody talking about the fact we used to have a dry cleaners. We used to have a dry cleaners. Now, not all of those entities failed because of economics. For instance, the bowling alley, the owners wanted to move to Texas. They just couldn't find somebody that wanted to buy their bowling alley, so the bowling alley closed. Well, like that frog boiling in water, you turn around and there's nothing left. There's nothing left for kids to do. There's no recreational things left to do. There's one music venue. We had 4 music venues at one point. And as a musician, that's pretty high on my list, too, because that's part of the recreation. That's part of what makes a community, a vibrant community, is the things that people can do. You know, my biggest thing that I'd love to be able to do is to encourage a lot of those entities. Take another look in Deer Park. I believe that we really need to update our internet presence. We need to make sure that our processes make sense, make sure that some of our zones and our codes all make sense, because right now you can't apply for a business permit or a building permit on our website.
Well, how do you encourage these businesses, though, Hazel?
Well, there's several different ways. One is just getting on the phone. We do have a economic officer who is supposed to be doing an awful lot of that stuff. And we have a lot of the good stuff already in place. For instance, our water infrastructure is spot on. They're doing a phenomenal job on that. Our school district, Trevor Hansen is doing a phenomenal job with our school. I don't know if you know this, the construction that's happening at the middle school.
Yes.
He did not have to come to the taxpayers and ask for any extra money on that. He was able to both manage the district frugally and find matching grants to pay for all of that construction.
It would be nice if we had more to do in Deer Park, but even nicer than that to me, personally, but again, I know a lot of people agree with me, is Deer Park needs spruced up so badly.
It does.
Oh my gosh, it was just, yes.
And that's part of it as well, is what, is trying to encourage those small businesses and the boutiques and sprucing up our downtown. We've got such an opportunity and such potential with our Main Street. Those buildings are so beautiful, and it could be, such a vibrant destination location.
I love Deer Park, obviously.
I do too.
And I would just,
everybody who runs for office in a city this size, they're only running for office because they love the city. That's it. That includes me. That includes Tim. That includes everybody running for council. That includes the people on the council. You're only there because you love the city.
Oh, there's absolutely no doubt about that.
He loves Deer Park. I love Deer Park. We all love Deer Park. We just want the best for this community.
We look out for one another, and we might get mad at each other, but we care, and we've got each other's backs, no matter what. And to have 2 people against each other in a race for the mayor, and they both feel the exact same way, is absolutely amazing and beautiful to me in 2021.